Imagine you're 3 seasons into a show. Plot just getting off the ground for real. The world building is starting to make sense, things are clicking together, then boom, like every good anime on Netflix, shit's gone. Or like me at third base, it ends prematurely.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Now in this video, we're going to be talking about one of the most slept on sequences of the My Hero story, the Bakugo retrieval arc. And I want to focus on All Might, but he's one of the few trump card characters that isn't the main protagonist or antagonist, so like his appearances are few and fleeting to keep up like his mystique and whatnot. But anyways, you saw the title sequence, so in order for Bakugo to be retrieved, he first has to be taken. So the Jits are going to training camp, and the thing that stood out to me was,
your feline fantasies are here.
Y'all not ready for my opinion on furries, and that's cool. That's grown folks business. Less competition. Huh? Now, in all seriousness, Class 1A starts their air quotes camp by fighting mud monsters, and that's pretty much all the screen time they're getting in this video, because after a long day of exercise and training, the League of Villains starts their attack. This kicks off with Deku versus the Tree Sentinel. Now Deku is getting a dedicated vid, so we're gonna skip the details and just say that muscle up here gets cooked by the power of self-preservation and pushing beyond your limits. Some would say plus ultra. So, for the sake of the video, the real attack begins when Dabi sets the forest on fire alongside this dude filling the forest with tear gas. The mud furry gets knocked out, and the rest of the first squad fight the League of Villain grunts. Dabi is looking for a certain someone and stumbles upon Aizawa, who he sneak attacks.
Looks like your concern has you distracted, Eraser. Vlad!
Mind you, he has the upper hand in this fight, and this is what happens to him.
Not so fast. What do you want and where are your friends hiding?
Insta-grabbed, knee to the face, mounted, elbow broken, Aizawa put belt to ass. Alright, belt to ass so quickly you saw the whole thing. Luckily for the League, this was just a clone. And unluckily for them, Aizawa gives the classes as a whole permission to be ass. And the first victim of the League of Villains speedrun is DJ Mustard. Kendo is like, oh, you use this gas to see? Check this out. Just start swatting shit through his whole equilibrium off, okay? While he's discombobulated, Tetsu ×4 lands the Taco Bell Hook 9000 on him, okay? Put him in the dirt. Dark Shadow then all but executes Toothless twice. Toga pins Froppy to a tree, and I'm like, damn, it's always my favorite characters. But Ururaka busts out the trees like the Kool-Aid man, right? Weaves her first attack, grabs her by the hand and neck before slamming her shit. And I want to brag about Ururaka coming out and putting belt to ass again, but Toga is blushing.
Is this nigga serious?
Goo Gaga finna bust.
Anyways, Compress kidnaps a weakened Tokiyomi and somehow quietly gets Bakugo as well, and I have no idea how he pulled this off, but nonetheless, Dabi absolutely decimates a wall in an attempt to cause collateral damage. He loads up another fire attack, but before he can figure out what to do with that fire, he gets smacked into a wall so fast the ember of his fires are still in frame. Okay, Dabi got smacked into a wall so quick his fire didn't even dissipate. Dabi did get to talk a little shit before Aizawa stomps a mud hole in his ass, and that's not me being funny. He's literally stomped into a puddle of mud because this is also a clone. The real Dabi meets up with the most important of the goofy goobers before they get a visitor.
What's this?
Or several for that matter. Now, this entire sequence is purely cinematic and doesn't hold weight except for Bailey Laser shooting Compress in the face. I don't know why I said belly like that. Yama shoots Compress in the face, which leads to Tokiyomi being saved. Unfortunately, the League does get away with Bakugo. Speaking of Bakugo, while in captivity, the highlights are Bakugo giving Shigaraki a KYS sticker before decking Shigaraki in the face. The funny part about Bakugo being captured is that it's heavily implied that this isn't a power scaling issue. The only reason Bakugo can't escape or win this fight is because, well, he's outnumbered in a very small space. Fortunately for Bakugo, since he's been captured, the heroes have been preparing for this spin back every hour on the hour. And All Might absolutely disintegrates the wall, and the crazy part about it is Spinner is still conscious. Now, I mean, maybe he held back a little bit. Then K-Wood nabs all 7, yes, 7 villains in one attack. All Might then tells Shigaraki that there are literal Disney villains that would have survived longer than you have. Brother, you have only like 20 minutes of in-person screen time, and you're basically hogtied on the floor, defeated not by the overpowered injured nigga who can only use his superpowers 30 minutes a day, but no, by a sentient fucking tree. All Might didn't know that, like, the Steelers locker room, he's secretly being live streamed. So All For One takes the controller and is like, I'm the real villain here, and just starts warping niggas. Okay, All Might is like, DLC already? He tries to say Bakugo but fails, and then All Might sums up my entire life between 2018 and now with one phrase. No! They didn't beat the dog shit out of some Nomu. All Might literally throws 3 of them indiscriminately out the house in random directions. But it's not over. All Might immediately tracks them down, them being the League of Villains and All For One, and after a brief period of time holding back so he doesn't injure Bakugo, Deku, Ida, Todoroki, and Kirishima save Bakugo, and at this point, All Might is like, I'm in that. So Toshidori, is it Toshidori or Toshinori? Anyways, so Toshinori then knocks Gran Torino out. And it sounds weird, but All For One cruelly warps Torino to himself so he would get punched in the face by All Might. All For One attempts a grab attack, but
cannot continue. It's over. I won't let it.
All Might then punches All For One so hard that his helmet breaks and then power drives him into the ground. That's it. Show over. The entire antagonist group just got speed ran by the pro heroes.
But wait, there's more.
All For One survives, and despite being past his time limit, All Might goes plus ultra one last time when he uses the vestiges and last ounces of One For All to match All For One's punch and sacrifice an arm. Then he transferred it, the power, to the left, right? Socks the shit out of All For One, then transfers it back to his broken right arm, then sends a plus ultra Kamehameha times 1000 double-decker Taco Bell BAM to All For One's face, slamming him to the earth, slamming him into the earth, okay, knocking him out instantly. He then strikes one last pose for the ladies watching, you know what I'm saying? That's it. Show over, for real. Or at least it would have been if All For One didn't warp the League of Bums away before this fight started. And this one scene led to 5 more seasons of My Hero Academia. That is, like, isn't that insane? Anyways, the heroes as a whole went down 2-0, right? And proceeded to flawlessly run the table just to get told, nah, you gotta do that shit again. And the crazy part is, they end up doing it again and get the same result. Get told, yeah, you got to do it a 3rd time. Absolutely insane. But anyways, they're slowly releasing the final season of My Hero Academia on Crunchyroll. I haven't tapped in yet, but whatever happens, I just want you to know it's not All For One's fault. Not much to say here at the end of the video, except for, in case this is the last video of the year, I want to wish y'all, you know, happy holidays, things of that nature, Merry Christmas and Thanksgiving if y'all celebrate it. I am working on a project video for Deku, as I mentioned earlier, so that's why I'm going through all the seasons of My Hero Academia and dropping a video about each season, anything that stands out or bugs me about each season and things of that nature. I think we got like 3 or 4 more to go. I don't know. I'm going to get through those, so that means we should have a season 4 video coming out about this, like, in the next one. So until we meet in that video or the Deku video, remember, if you know, man, because we know we have next, sponsored by Atari, and